Hey folks, it's Frithgar here. How you doing? And we're back at it again, yes. Hey, how you doing? Today we have... I've been playing around with a few mods, and I've had a couple people have helped me out with a few things. In particular, Modhub, who I will be using his mod in tomorrow's episode, where it sets the quantity in the trailer, or it lowers the weight. And he's also given me some tips on some other things and helped me out with a little bit of an issue I was having with changing a mod. However, I have altered a few things on some different bits and pieces, and that is what we're going to look at today. But before we do that, however, let's go and have a look at our weekly question. My weekly question this week is I'm going to plough up a new area. We're either going to plough up this piece in the middle, all the way around here, and join that all into one big field, or we're going to plough up this section up here and turn that into one big field. Which one do you want? Do you want this one here in the middle? Or do you want this one up here at the top? It's your vote. It's your game. Head into the comment section down below. Let us know which one you want and why. And of course, don't forget to actually cast your vote in the top right-hand corner. We've got our cultivator working away there. We've got a few ploughs working away in field 18. Field 18 is nearly done. Although, looking at the strips up and down, you wouldn't think to look at it, would you? But yes, they are progressing quite nicely. They do seem to be actually doing a fairly reasonable job at the task, so we're going to let them carry on with that. And in the meantime, I'm finished with this seed trailer, and so I'm going to try to sell it. That is all of our auto load trailers and loads of extras, so there we go. We can sell that one because we don't want to have too much machinery lying around, do we? So I've reverted that one back to the standard in-game file. We don't need to use it anymore. I have made a slight alteration to this one. This is the FarmTech EDK 800. It is one of the mods from Modhub that you can go and get. I have made a couple of changes, and I may have accidentally put a negative sign in front of the total price down there. So we could lease one, which I think what we'll do, we will lease one. There we go. Yes. Okay, and that is going to cost us minus $35,000 for a base cost. Per operating hour is minus $87,500. And a total price for this machine is, or for this trailer, is minus $1.7 million. So if we buy that one, pay close attention to the number up here. Buy. There we go. Oh, look! Because we've set it to a minus number, we actually profit from it quite nicely. So we have one on leasing costs, which will actually, per hour that we use it, up our bank balance. So there's a little cheat that you can sort of introduce if you wish to for yourself. You can cheat yourself in a little bit of cash. So I don't actually want to use both of those. So what I'm going to do is I'll just go to the garage, to the garage and to our leased items, that one there, and I'll return it to the shop. Yes. Okay, and done. Now then, hitch that one on. I have also made a slight alteration to the baler. I've made two alterations to the baler. Someone has sent me a mod pack that has got the lizard trailer that we use, the one I've just returned. I haven't actually installed it this time, but I will probably use one of the items out of it. It's got the lizard trailer. He changed the baler so that the baling speed was 90 kilometers an hour. I've already changed the baler to be 30 kilometers, 18 miles an hour, so we may use the higher one. But he changed the lizard trailer so that you could fill it at the shop. So we might test that one at some point, but I'm not going to test it now. I'd like to use this one. There's a very specific reason that I'm choosing this trailer and taking this one to the shop, because I tested this out earlier today, and it came up with a very surprising sort of reaction, which I quite liked, and I did just want to show you. And then tomorrow we're going to be using Modhub's little mod that he's got that changes everything to a much lower weight capacity, so we can use that. But no, I put this one in here. Now, fertilizer, I think, in the game is actually heavier than anything else. It's heavier than the seed and anything else. So if we just switch that one off a minute and we start filling, I'm going to leave this one to fill for a little while, and we're just going to nip over to our baler over here. And this one, I've now increased the speed slightly. I didn't increase it a load, but I have increased it a bit. So we can now bale at 18 miles an hour, which is 30 kilometers, and it does the job quite nicely. So we got all of these bales. These are 100,000 litres apiece. we're going to need to gather them all up and put them away somewhere neat and tidy, and then we're going to have to start getting the silage ready for the cows as well, which is going to involve doing some silage. So we're going to be turning the field of maize that we've got, the field of corn that we're going to be, you all said you wanted me to buy. We're going to go and buy that field, and we're going to turn that field into chaff. So, and then we got to put it into a silage clamp. Now, getting it to as chaff is relatively simple. I can do that, but it's putting it into the clamp and getting it rolled. That's going to be a little teensy bit more complicated, I feel, because of how we're going to be getting the chaff. I'm not going to use that Crone Big X cargo. I don't really like it. I got to be honest. I'm not a fan of it. I did try using it in one of the time lapses, and I just didn't get on with that machine. I didn't like it at all. So I don't have any plans to use that one. So let me just tip these 2 bales out. The bales are very heavy. Fold the baler up. Is it gonna? No. There we go. Right. Let's drop the bale. We've got 75,000 litres of straw in there. We'll park this up so that we can use that another time. And just drop it there. And stop right there. It'll be just fine. We will probably want to use that later on, because we might want to do some hay. I think we probably will do some hay. There is our Zeta working. It's done a huge amount of field. I mean, that's quite a bit. Considering the distance that it is having to travel, that is quite a substantial amount. Got a little bit to go, though. Little tiny bit to go. Right, I want this one. And I figure that the easiest way to do this is actually just to have the front trailer. So I'm going to go through. I'm going to leave all the rest of the trailers here. And I'm going to unhitch that one, like that. So the rest of them, I can come back and get those anytime that I wish to. And where's our bale? Oh, we're up here. So we want to go up this way, and if I bring up this interface screen, we can go and change from big bales, bigger pallets, square bales, rounds, HD bales. That's the ones that we want. So we want to go to work position, and we can start loading these bales. Now, I don't know if once we've loaded the bales, if we're going to... Excellent. Whether it's going to sort of translate into the full weight of the bales. That's the bit that could prove a little bit interesting on this little experiment we're going to do now. So I've no idea how this is going to work out. So we come round this way. Once we've got the silage done, we'll then buy the cows. Now, people were saying that we should buy 5,000 cows to start with. I had a couple of people said that. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe we'll go a bit more. I'm thinking maybe we start with 10,000 cows, a medium-sized farm, because they said, oh, you want to start with a small farm and just have 5,000 cows. Obviously, by my own personal standards, 5,000 cows does not represent a small farm. 5,000 cows represents one of the biggest farms in the country. So, you and I, viewers in, well, certainly you and I as in viewers in Texas, you have very different opinions as to what constitutes a large farm and a small farm. If a small farm is 5,000 animals, I dread to think what you would class as a big farm. So we're going to start with what I think you might class a medium-sized farm and get 10,000 cows. That's what we'll do first. And after we've done 10,000, right, so we've got... how many bales? It doesn't actually say, does it? So we have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 21 bales there. I don't know how many bales we've done because we did all the ones previously. So we've got 393. I've got 4 bales now. There isn't actually any way to count up the individual bales. So we'll just have to hope that we've got them all. Let's just travel up through. We can have a sort of look around a little bit. Just hopefully see if we've got them all. And let's go back down through here. Right, I don't see any more. It does look like we've gathered them all up. Right, ideal. Okay, so our next task, we need to unload them on the trailer. That's going to be the next thing that we do. So if we zoom in a little bit, and there we go, we get a good view there. And I need to press X to stop loading, and then I need to press Y to unload onto the trailer. That's unloaded onto the trailer, and strap them down. There we go. Now, okay, it doesn't actually have any problem with pulling this trailer around, and it didn't strap them. I don't know. I gotta be honest, I'm vaguely disappointed with that. I thought there would be more weight to it. And maybe it's something to do with the way that the bales are working. So yes, we don't have a major concern with that. I'm guessing that you can sell straw in that one. And that would be storage. That there is a silage clamp by the look of it, I think. Oh, that's the slurry lagoon there. Where do you put straw in for cows? This is the big question. What is in there? What's this in here? Is this the, oh, this has got to be the milk pickup point, isn't it? I don't know. There are bits on this map that I'm not familiar with. We're going to drive into this shed and we're going to put our bales of straw in here. We've got millions of litres. We've got 2.1 million litres of straw that we've got to put somewhere. So I think this is the right place for it. So we go there. We want to load the bales again and stop loading. And then this time I want to press B so that I can auto unload like that. And then I press Y and I drop them down there. So those are 100,000 litres each. Let's come out here. I'm very tempted to pick up, that's 3,000 kilos. I'm very tempted to have one of these bales and just cut it open. Just because. But then we've got all this straw hanging around. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that now. I really want to. I really want to. Maybe if I put it here in the middle, I could have the baler and we could come and tidy this up a bit later. Oh, there we go. Right, okay. And if we crouch down, that's crouch. There we go. Right, we have to press N to open the bale. There we go. I pressed N. I've now fallen through the map. Oh, maybe I can find the other bale. I can't walk around under here. Okay, so that's not going to work very well. There's the big bud. He's been pushed. He's been pushed. Oh, 171. Right, let's not worry about that. We get this one. Now, I got a feeling that may have caused a slight bug with the map. So, if we nip over this way here, and I will unfold the baler so that it is ready to use, just in case we want to. Does the bale... Is it been... It's been part... Oh, I see. There's so much straw with it. It's partly opened it, but it hasn't completely opened it. That's the problem with it. So let's just start the baler up. And we'll run around this bit. Oh, maybe it did unlock it all. That's a job... no, it hasn't. It didn't unlock it all. We've lost the bale. Right, unlocking a 100,000 litre bale, we have actually lost some of that bale. It's disappeared now. The other half of it, the rest of the straw that would have been in that bale has now disappeared. See? Gone completely. What a shame. Right, if I come back around and I switch that one off, there, we'll nip into this shed here, and if I unload, I should be able to unload one bale, I think, because of... it's just completed one. There we go. That's the final bale. So we do have one bale left. We don't have as much as we did have. There we go. Let that one drop off. And that one can stop right there as well. Right. I need to go all the way. I've actually gone the wrong way through all of our machinery. We've got our fleets of machinery. There we go. Big bud. 171,000. Now... The trailer is now bouncing around like fury. And, oh, actually, I might be able to get it to keep loading. Yes. It's going to keep loading at the moment. This is where it gets interesting, because when I tried it out, I tried it on a slightly smaller tractor, and it was lifting the front of the tractor up in the air because it was so heavy. And I did think that was quite amusing. I did really like the fact that it was doing that. So that's what I wanted to do here, was I wanted to show you that. We've got our bales done, our bales are in, and they're ready for the cow. So the next task that we need to do is silage. So, ooh, hang on, what's it doing? Yes, it's just about had it. I don't think it's gonna, is it gonna allow me to load anymore? Oh, it is. It's letting me load a little bit more. This isn't gonna, we might as well, we can sort of watch this. You see how far it's pressing the wheels into the ground. And what happens now is that the suspension and the way that the trailer works is the weight of it is being pushed into the ground, and then the map is updating itself saying, hang on a minute, you're not supposed to be down through the ground, so it pushes it back. And this is why you get you bouncing up and down. Does some very weird things sometimes. Very weird things. It's very cool, actually. See if we can. We want to just reach 200,000 litres. Can we reach 200,000? I don't think we're going to be able to, though. I think it's going to stop us. 199. 200,000! Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tip this. Oh, hang on. It might stay there. Oh, no, it's going to shunt us out in a minute. Yeah, right. We're on 205. I can at least pull this around. But it does do some... See, the way it's lifting the front of that tractor. This is fantastic. I love the way it's doing this. It's brilliant. I want to move on a little bit for... That is, it's not quite causing wheelies yet. I think we can get more weight in here. I'm going to have to try and figure out... I'll tell you what. I'm going to wedge this thing in there somehow so that we can get some more weight on it. I want to try and get more in here. I'll see if I can get 500,000 in here, and then that will really give us a challenge. And then we've got to go and buy a forager. We need a forage harvester so that we can start doing our harvest. We've got to start, and I've got a trailer lined up, especially for doing the doing all of the harvest, so that it will carry the weight. The quantity. It'll take the quantity. We've got another one at 8.5 million litres, and we're going to fill that one up chaff. I suspect that we'll finish the field before we fill the trailer. We'll see. Right, let's see if I can back this one in. It's going to do it. It'll let me. I'll deal with this, and we'll see you in a minute. I've managed to wedge the Big Bud with the trailer in such a way that at the moment it's not causing any problems. Now, I did originally plan to use the little trailer that was on the back of the Big Bud in order to do the silage. However, for some strange reason, that trailer will not accept chaff from a forager, and I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I've tried all sorts, and other people have had a look at the file as well, and they can't figure it out either. There's something going on somewhere that's stopping it from accepting chaff from a forager, so we don't know what it is. So this is going to be our setup. We're going to have the Kemper on the front, which is the Kemper something. Let's go here. The Kemper 390 Plus is going to be our little bad boy that's going to go on the front. We've got the standard forager, right? It looks like the Big Bud has reached its limit. And then we've got the Stuart Pro Series trailer on the back, and this one I have altered the capacity. I haven't changed anything else, so we will get to that one in just a minute. And here is the Big Bud right now. That's really 264,000, right? I thought it could do better than that, but 264,000 is pretty good, and it's certainly making the Big Bud dance. Brilliant. This is fantastic. So, you look at the trailer, it's going mad. It's going to try and throw itself completely out of the map soon, isn't it? It's going to get so high that it is going to try to throw itself out of the map. The Big Bud is definitely being hauled back and sort of almost lifted into the air. The front wheels of the case I was using originally, that one was definitely was being lifted right off the ground. I thought we'll try it with the Big Bud. You can see the sheer, I mean, the weight of the Big Bud is quite impressive, and that is being, the front wheels are going right up off the ground. It is really struggling to do that, which is absolutely awesome. I love the fact that it is struggling with it. It's just brilliant. And so we want to get a little bit away from the shop just so that we're not going to block anything up, because I don't really fancy going picking all this fertilizer up again, but we are going to try and tip it all out. So if I move back out a little bit so you can see it, and then here we go. Start tipping, and excellent! That works really well. So next we want to try that with a trailer that's got more stuff in it, but at the same time we also want to have be able to move a little bit faster. I think that could also prove equally entertaining, but we'll get to that. That's going to be our next, well, close to our next task. I want to go this way. This is the next one that we're going to be doing. We're going to start with our harvest, and if I go here and then I press the magic button to take us to teleport, we want to teleport over to here, like that. I love this teleport mod. This teleport mod is such a lifesaver. So if we run up here and we can buy that one, and yes, do I want to do a mission for 801 minutes? Not really, no. I tried to do this one before. Yeah, there we go. See, 1,068 minutes. Brilliant. That's almost 20 hours. Don't think we're going to do that. I think we'll just buy the field instead. How's that? So We now own field 14, and if we skip into our machine here, we can start unfolding. So if we, I'll go on the trailer there, unfold that one, and then go to the front and unfold the Kemper header. I did try this one, actually, on a different forager. I did first try it out on that one there, the Krone Big X 1100. This is a 1034 horsepower machine. I thought that'd be really cool. But if you have a look, that one there, the shape of it and the position of it is higher. I mean, that's only 824 horsepower. I mean, it's nothing. It's quite seedy, really. No. 824 horsepower is probably strong enough. But yeah, that one there, the angle of it compared to that one, this Kemper header, when it goes on the Krone machine, is pushed right down into the ground, and it is an absolute jolly nuisance. So because of that, I've had to go with this one rather than the other one. Now, I'm actually facing all the way down there. I think really we should face that way. So we want to go up that way. So if I turn round and we come up through here, and we'll be able to start our silage. Now, in theory, this one should just fill himself up with silage. Let me just press escape a minute and see. If I go to, like, right out here like this, rather than any further in, I suppose I could. I don't really want to use it. I could use the auto combine on this. I don't really want to, purely because it takes... it can cause a few issues with it. I mean, maybe we will later on, but there we go. Let's just press H and we'll let it get started. Our silage is started, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Are you as impressed as I am? Probably not. You're probably thinking that this is going to take a little while to get through this field. It doesn't matter if we've got a large capacity trailer. This could take a few minutes. You know, I think you're probably right. This could take a while. I'm going to let it carry on just for a minute. I want to go on. No, you know what? I'm having second thoughts about this. I'll tell you what. Let's go here and we'll buy another one. We could run a fleet of them using the auto combine. We could run a fleet of them round and round the fields. That could work really well. Or right, we'll keep the tipper that we've got on this one. And if I go here and down to the end here, I go to the Kemper 390 Plus. That one apparently can harvest at 62 miles an hour. The top speed of the forager, it doesn't reach 62 miles an hour, but that doesn't really matter. I think 62 miles an hour is going to be pretty good. A 9-meter cutting width on it. So let's buy that one. Yep. This one takes a while, and I don't really know why it takes so long to load each time. And yes, I have actually tested it previously. So let me just stop that one a second, and we'll move over just a bit, because it's now starting to move out a little. And I don't want to be leaving strips of field behind. So if I start there, hopefully that will work out alright. The problem with this map is that some of the strips of the field are a little bit erratic in places. If you look at that, there is a little bit of erratic lining up done. It's not brilliant. That might be alright, as long as it keeps going through there, that'll be okay. So anyway, that's that one. Let's go the other way, and we'll get this new Kemper header on, which goes a little bit faster. We can whip this one up to the top and swap them over so that the other one can have the trailer. Let's put that one on there. You know what, I'm actually thinking, if we get another trailer, we can sort of compare how quickly this one fills up compared to the other one. And that might be a bit more entertaining. So let's get a second one. We want another Stuart trailer. The only change I've made to this trailer is I have added capacity, so it's 8.5 million litres instead of the normal 20,000 litres capacity or whatever it is. Yeah, so just a smidgen more than is normally taken. So let's go back that way, and a little bit too far. There we go. And we go back to the bigger map. Press that one up, and I'll drop it in down here at this end, like that. There. And let's see how this one's doing. He's doing just fine so far. Can't really complain about it. I mean, he's got 22,000 litres of chaff on board now. It's doing all right. It's a very long field, isn't it? That is an obscenely big field. Right. This one, we need to bring the spout out and go to the front and unfold that one. I have just about run out of time today. So I will carry on with silage in tomorrow's episode. If I bring this one up round here, and I did make a minor change to this one other than the speed, as well as my timer going off. So I don't know if that's actually going to have worked. We'll have a look now. So let's just start that. Ooh, hang on, I want to go to there, start that one up, and let's just make sure it still actually cuts properly, because if it doesn't, I'm going to have to go back and change it again. It does cut. It does cut. And, oh, look! I may have made it a little bit wider than was originally intended, and it goes a bit faster as well. This is going to be fantastic. And this is more like it. This is... I know what you were thinking. When I started off, you were thinking, what's going on, Frith? Why so slow? What's wrong with you? And if I press H, is it going to recognize the outer edge of the cutting? It's... Oh, that is so much better. We'll get rid of the other one. When he gets up the other end of the field, we'll stop that one cutting. And this is the one that is going to do our silage. Oh, this is brilliant. I'm going to have so much fun doing this. So let's just bring that one back round there. The only thing that we want to find out today is how much can it keep doing before it gets too heavy for it. So let's go to the other forager a minute. This one has sort of reached the middle of the field. It's on 40,000 litres. I'm going to stop this one now, and I'm just going to use the other one, and we're going to drive the other one a little bit until such time as it has reached its finish. So if I come down through here, and there. So that's got 43,000 litres of chaff in it. That's not too bad. And we'll go back to this one. Start you up, and away you go. Right. If I bring it out like this, because of where the other one had reached, I think I'm going to need to come all the way up here. Like that. There. Press H, and we'll let that one carry on, hopefully. This is brilliant. Absolutely full speed it's going to go. And it should reach where the other one was cutting in just a minute, and then it can carry on with that. I just want to see how far it can go before it starts to sort of get bogged down with the weight on it. Because in tomorrow's episode, I'm going to change it. And I'm going to have Modhub's mod on here, the unrealistic one. There will be a link in tomorrow's description about that one so that you can go and download it for yourself if you want to. And we'll be able to run it then. But that trailer is really starting to get weighted down now. We're still missing the outside edge of this field. Let me... do it like that. If I come over like that, that's still not far enough over. There we go. Right, that is over to the edge of the field. And because there's a bit more there, this is what I don't like about this field. It's a sort of the funny shape of it. But we can work around that. That doesn't really matter. We've got plenty of chaff that is going to happen in this field. It'll be just fine. So we get down to the end here. There is like a section here where you'll turn around, and he goes a little bit further over there on the next part of the field. Still missing a strip. Stop missing strips. Bring you round. So we've got 84,000 litres of chaff. I've almost run out of time. I really am going to have to... Oop, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. I really am going to have to hurry up. I would like to finish this episode in reasonable time. And I wanted to... all I want to do is I want to check like the weight thing with the trailer on this one, because obviously I can't... I don't... Well, I can, but I don't really want to stop an episode in the middle to go and install a new mod. I'd rather it just did it itself. It did it without... Well, we'll leave that bit there. And I love the way that it's braked like that. Now, what's it going to do? Is it going to recognise the actual cutting width? Or is it going to try to go for... the machine width? I don't know what it does with the mods. Right, it goes for the machine width, and it's trying to go back on itself, the actual width of the machine itself. So there's another setting that needs to be changed in order for me to get that lined up right. So we are gonna have to like nurse this through a little bit, but I think that's going to be fine. Bring that out this way. There we go. If I move it over just a bit, there, that's ideal. I go like that, and then I press H. That should be enough. We can let that one run down. It's on 116,000 litres now. And that trailer is really starting to get weighed down. It's brilliant. I might have to try... No, I'm not going to bother making an alteration on that file now, because I don't think I'm going to have time to do that this week. It does take quite a while for me to... Because at the moment, I'm learning how to do this. I don't really know much about altering mods. So I am... All of this is like new stuff to me that I'm learning how to do. Oh, he's given up completely now. Let me stop there. And we'll gather this little bit up. 104... He's still doing all right with it, though. I gotta be honest. I am surprised that it's doing so well. Once he does build up a bit of speed, he seems to go okay. So let's bring that one back, and then we're going to spin round and we're going to go up the other end, so that we can go again. And that's gonna have to be the last time, because yeah, look at it. It's really struggling now. Back up through. You know what? I don't think that we're going to sort of... We've seen the trailers and we have seen how they struggle with the crop and everything in it, so I think we'll sort of leave it at that. Tomorrow I'll have the other one installed where it changes like the weight capacity of the trailer, which should make it a little bit easier for the forager to actually forage the field properly, although it doesn't recognise the official width of the machine, and I'm not quite sure why. I'm going to have a look at that. I think it's to do with a setting in the XML file, I'm sure of it. I'll see if I can find it. I will see if I can find what's doing that, and then we could just leave the hired help to carry on and do this field all by itself while we do something else, which might be fun. So if you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.